trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite. Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville.
Welcome to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast, hosted by Shanked, DG, and Spiiciiboii.
Oh,
I said, whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe. One of my favorite videos ever. Can't say the other one.
What'd you say to me?
There's words I'm not allowed to say. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 4 of the Hanging Loose podcast, hosted by Shanked, DG, and me, Spiiciiboii, as our lovely producer, RV3, just said. Thank you, sir.
Yes, shouts out to our producer. Awesome guy. Episode 49. Next week is episode 50 of this garbage.
Even though we've had it for a year, we're just now hitting 50 episodes. Because we're professionals who definitely don't take days off.
I think technically we have like 452 episodes with the supplemental nonsense I was doing at the beginning. Don't go back and listen to those. Those suck. So
well, these are not any better.
Right, we're not. 50 episodes, still just as bad.
Next week we'll actually have a guest again as well, so you guys will just have to listen to us yammer on.
Yes.
We haven't done like disc picks in a while. We haven't done story time in a while. We've been away from our normal segments. Yes. But one thing we've not been away from is the website RanDiscGolf.com. Our lovely sponsor, Randy. Thank you for all you do.
I
did also. What?
Go
ahead.
I just placed an order with him for our boy Afterlife Dies, who is dyeing me a disc, as well as I had a long-standing giveaway I needed to send out to him because he spotted our alternate thumbnail on one of our episodes like 6 months ago. So, thanks, dude, for your patience. I don't think 6 months is too long to wait for a giveaway to get shipped out. So,
well, I do, and I'm sorry he did that. I'm also overdue on some giveaways to send out.
Oh no.
I wanted to give a shout out to RanDiscGolf team member Jolene Schott. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. SCHOTT. She's got 2 FPO wins in this horrid jersey. Love you, Randy. I'm wearing it, so I'm a full supporter. I'm very excited to be able to pre-order the new one when you release it in white and not any other terrible color. But you guys should go get one. They're great. The next ones are going to be a little higher quality even than this, and this one's really
good.
I
think pre-orders are done by the time you see this. So
oh wow, well fuck me then.
Get fucked. You snooze, you lose.
You guys remember last week when I tried to play Halo at the start of the podcast and then didn't? I'm going to do that again this week, so we'll see how it goes.
Exciting. I've been playing Disney's Dreamlight Valley, like a little skirt-wearing baby.
Are you a child? You are an actual child.
You sound like fucking Butters, dude. I've been playing Hello Kitty on an adventure. That's what you sound like, right?
Dude, it's so much fun, though. It's like...
why not just play Animal Crossing, you dweeb?
Because I already played Animal Crossing. Jeez, I had to move on to something.
You don't stop playing Animal Crossing. Nobody stops playing Animal Crossing.
I stopped playing Animal Crossing at the end of the pandemic like everyone else. The plandemic.
I never played... Oh, shut up.
Fuck you, Bill Gates.
I've never played Animal Crossing, but I know there's a wolf in that game named Kyle that's a bit of an asshole. And I'm like, perfect. Just got word my buddy's flying into town with his son for our mutual friend's birthday. Didn't even get a text from him on my birthday, so that's pretty cool.
Ooh, we should crash party.
Well, he's like, yeah, I'm going to be in town for Patrick's birthday. I was like, Patrick hasn't even told me what we're doing, if we're doing anything. I haven't been invited anywhere. No one gives a shit, I guess. So that's pretty fun.
Track him down. Watch him.
I'm not worried. If you don't want me there, I don't want to be there. You know what I mean?
They're real creepy outside of his window. Watch him have a party.
I would love to hang out with him. I just feel like... yeah, you fucking dog. I've mentioned in the past that I feel like kind of a fifth wheel because they're both married now. So I don't want to crash their party if they have married people plans.
Damn. You just need to get on.
Nope. Say whatever you're about to say.
Dog. You need to get on Tinder and look for people looking for thirds.
I'm on Tinder.
But are you looking for thirds?
What? No. I'm not a unicorn.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Unicorn is a single person that plays with couples. And I hate the term plays with because that's what swingers say. Sorry, Dad.
See, who says you don't learn stuff on this show?
You can just hear RV3 cackling because
I hope that comes through in the recording.
He knows how true
it doesn't.
Only
you guys hear it, which is almost funnier.
That's bogus. We're responding to a ghost. I'm wearing my Lone Star Ranger team shirt today, so if I'm a little unhinged, you can blame it on them.
So I guess they do sponsor dogs. Heyo! I'm very tired. Sorry, guys. I'm a little out of it. I'm a little loopy. I had a lot of NyQuil yesterday.
How about disc golf? Any disc golf in that mix?
No, let me tell you guys a story, and I kind of want your opinion on this.
Buckle in, grab your popcorn.
I have an idea. How about while you're telling this story, Shanked, mute your microphone. How about that?
No, I'm actually going to turn my gain up. Yeah.
And then I realized I could do it.
Just now realized 50 episodes in that he can mute us. Now I feel bad. And I know I've told you guys before that there are times where I get really grumpy on the course if I play poorly and I ruin it for my whole group of friends that's out there throwing with me. And I don't like doing that. I don't like being grumpy, but like a lot of times I can't help it. That's why, again, I try and separate myself from them so that I'm not actively being grumpy toward anybody. So we went out for a round.
That definitely came through.
Fucking comet just landed above my apartment. Anyway, so I went out with some friends to our local course, the one that Ricky Bysaki played in that video, Los Olivos. And I love that course when all the pins are short because I can actually compete. I do not have an arm. I can't throw very far. So when the pins are long, my friends kick the shit out of me just because I don't have that in my game. And so we went out to play. I was very excited to go play because I hadn't played in like a week and a half. We start the round. I'm actually like keeping up with the main guy because he was a little drunk. So I was like, hell yeah, I might, this is the time I get the one tag because JB is a little saucy and I'm not, and whatever. Very excited to play. At hole 7, JB had been mentioning earlier in the round that he was working on his forehand, and he's like, I want to do like a whole forehand like practice round, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, whatever, that that would be cool for you or whatever. I don't have a forehand because I throw lefty. What the fuck is going on upstairs? And so on hole 7, I was like, hey JB, if you want to practice your forehand, throw it on this hole, and I'll throw forehand too. That way, it's just as unfair. And he's like, okay. So then out of nowhere, we get to hole 8, and he's like, all right, forehands only from here on out. And I was like, what? Like, since when? And he's like, that's what we all just talked about. And I was like, I didn't hear anything. I thought we were just throwing forehand on that hole for fun. And he's like, oh, no, I thought let's just do the whole round. And I was like, okay, I guess. And then we had to play the whole rest of the round forehand. And I was like fine with it for a little bit, but like then I just got bad because I don't throw forehands, and I was in a shit mood for the rest of the round because I don't like I barely get to play disc golf. I barely get to go out and have a normal round with my friends and have a good time. So like I don't want to do those like gimmick rounds.
Yeah, what was holding you to like following that other than
I don't want to play by myself. So? If they're all playing forehand, I don't be the only asshole who's like ruining their fun and being like, I'm still gonna, you know what I mean? I don't.
That's fair, but you're ruining your own fun by
it's not fun for me to play alone either, though.
It's also fair. Yeah.
It's not fun for me to compete with no one. I'm out there to try and win a tag and have a fun competitive round with my friends, and I rarely get a chance to do that because I have this, I have trivia, I have bingo, I have my day job. You know, my tournaments are over for the year, except for a couple I might end up traveling for later.
Ooh.
But
Planning on going back to Utah?
Hopefully, we're supposed to hear back this month for Utah in June and possibly Tim Selinsky majors in New Mexico in May.
So the thing I'll say about this situation for you, Spicy, is that if it's me, fuck you guys. I'm not going to sacrifice my round to do a stupid thing that I didn't agree to. I did not agree to this. I'm not doing this. And I'm going to play with you and not do this. I'm not doing this.
Right, but that's not fun for me. I want to go out. I don't like throwing by myself.
No. I'm not saying you throw by yourself. I'm saying you just keep playing with them and they just play for, like, I play, like, if, it's Saturday doubles or what. I get what you mean. Yeah.
There's no one to compete against. I want to compete. I'm a competitive person. I want to go out and I want to play disc golf with you and have fun and have that banter of like nice putt, nice drive. And I can't do that when they're forehanding into trees or whatever. Like JB had some solid forehands. John had some solid forehands. Cody, everybody had great throws, but most of them were bad because we don't throw forehands. And so it just feels very lonely to me to like sit there and play a normal round when everyone else isn't. So it's just, I love my friends dearly, but I hate when they do that. Or they're like, let's play Safari today. It's like, I just want to play a normal round of golf. I never get to do that. I don't get that opportunity very often. So
I can understand that.
I don't mind if we all plan for that and it's like a whole set aside thing, but in the middle of a round to just be like, and now this, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I kind of got that same way back when I lived in Iowa and I had a little group of people that I was playing with. What the heck? And they would like want to throw 3, 4, 5 shots off of each tee, and it's like kind of takes the spirit out of it because me and one of the other guys had like a running like tally of who won how many, wins lost kind of thing. And then all of a sudden we'd pick up a third person and a unicorn, as you'd say, and throw 3, 4, 5 shots off the tee. And it just kind of sucks the wind out of the round. You started off competitive and then now all of a sudden you're just kind of like
waiting all the time,
just chucking shit. And,
not only do you have to wait for him to throw, you have to wait for him to go find 3, 4, 5 discs. And it's not, I don't like that either. Like if you want to go out by yourself and do that, that's fine. Don't do it if you're playing through because that's rude as well. If there's a group of 4 waiting on one person throwing 5 discs, that's not okay. I have a hard time too with like second putts and second drives. Like if you want to do that, go have a blast. Have a blast. But when we're all playing around and like I have to putt after you and you're throwing 2 putts every time, it's very annoying.
Yeah, like, I don't mind the putts thing so much. I usually throw like I'll do my putt and then I'll pick up whatever's on the ground and also toss at it. Just
hold on real quick. I'm gonna answer this on the show and not tell her that we're recording. Okay. Hey, what's up?
Guess who? For my company. It might be your bitch.
I just want you to know, Kayla, that I'm recording my podcast right now, and I answered that live on speaker, so we have a recording of this moment forever.
Congratulations, Kayla.
No one can know enough to tell anybody.
Well, that's okay. Nobody knows who you are or who you work for, so you're still.
And nobody watches this show.
Yeah, nobody watches our show. That's a good point, Caleb.
This is also not out till next week.
Yeah, it's not out till Monday.
This is probably like months in advance. But anyway, I just needed to tell somebody because I'm not allowed to talk to anybody about it.
Well, I'm your number one boy that you won't marry. I love you. Very proud of you. I'll talk to you more after the show, okay?
Okay,
love you. Bye. That's so awesome.
Out.
She works so fucking hard, and she so deserves that. So I'm very happy for her.
That's awesome. I don't even know her, and that's exciting.
She's so wonderful. All right, cool. Sorry. Don't throw 2 putts.
Don't throw 2 putts.
Don't do it. Or if I'm on the tee box getting ready to throw a drive, don't tee off again right next to the tee box in the middle of my drive.
I will keep that in mind.
She's laughing.
So I've been holding on to this for a few episodes now, waiting for a good point, and we're finally talking about disc golf again. So I wanted to get you guys' opinion.
Okay.
I want to know if you think throwing up or down a hill changes the stability of the disc you're throwing.
Absolutely does.
Why?
Because gravity.
Gravity has nothing to do with the flight of a disc.
Yes, it does.
No.
Yes, it does.
My thought is when people are throwing up a hill and they think that their disc is getting more stable, more overstable, their nose angle is higher, so their disc isn't getting the opportunity to turn as it would.
Are you seriously sitting here telling me that you think gravity doesn't affect the flight of a disc?
Well, yes, it pulls it to the ground, but I think it's all to do with nose angle relative to the plane of the ground that you're throwing on.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does gravity change the further you are away from the Earth?
No, it's the same force.
Right.
Yeah.
So throwing up and
yes,
down the hill would not change the gravity on the disc.
Yes, it would, because throwing downhill allows it more time to accelerate toward the Earth and reach terminal velocity. And throwing up a hill, there's less chance for that to happen. So it does affect it's like a bullet.
Yes, bullet, but it's not the gravity that's doing that. It's the speed of the disc that's doing that.
Yeah.
No.
Which is directly related, because if you throw a disc downhill but the nose angle is still up, it's still going to act overstable. But if you're throwing uphill and you think you're throwing flat, the disc is still nose up, so it's going to act more stable. Versus it's easier to throw nose down and throwing down because you're already throwing down.
I disagree. I think gravity absolutely has an effect on.
I can see where you're coming from. Like it's like that. Who threw that clip down the ski slope? Was it
Elaine King has one.
Yeah,
There's
a bunch
King?
of them. I think it was yeah, her. She's the previous like goat, right?
Yeah,
she can climb over FPO. The previous goat.
Oh God, goat talk. Moo.
Where's the sound clip?
He was
Hit it.
Hold on. It's so many buttons, guys. I'm sorry.
God, it's such. Oh fuck, that's late.
Welcome to Goat Talk.
This is my favorite segment.
What's this time?
This is the part of the show where we interrupt the other show to talk about goats. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special goat in the building. Greatest of all Tonys.
Ooh.
Oh. I might have a bit of an unexpected pick here.
I have to go with Tony Hawk.
Ooh, good one.
Mr. 900.
Greatest of all Tonys.
I have to go with Tony Soprano.
Ooh.
Now, I'm going to go with this only because I think this Tony has done more for more people than actual things that any other Tonys have done.
Ever?
Yeah, because they've done a lot of things for themselves and they've achieved greatness, but this Tony has done something for loads of people. Millions and millions and millions. Tony's Frozen Pizzas.
I knew you were going to say Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Frozen Pizzas has fed many a family at an inexpensive price. He's not doing tricks. He's not whacking wise guys. He's not flying
He's not. I'm sorry. What now?
He's not winning awards.
He's not whacking wise.
He's not. That's what Tony Soprano does.
That's a really good answer.
I think Tony. As soon as he said "greatest of all Tonys," first thing that popped in my head: Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza.
I love it.
Oh,
all right,
so
ladies
good.
and gentlemen, this has been Goat Talk. Thank you so much for tuning in to Goat Talk. We'll see you next time.
Had it ready to go that
so
time.
good. Anyways, Elaine King throwing down the ski slope.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
I'm trying to back you up, bro. Don't come at me like that. She was throwing down and it turned and then it started coming back and it picked up speed again and turned again, right? I mean, I think that backs up what you're saying about the speed picking up downhill, but I think it's the equivalent of throwing 800 feet, right? Where you just have all that airspace because the ground keeps dropping out from under it. It's not necessarily thrown really far. It's constantly trying to get to the ground, but the ground is running away.
Yeah, what do you call constantly trying to get to the ground?
Nobody's arguing you against gravity.
Nobody is saying that gravity does not affect the flight of the disc.
That was literally the fucking question.
No, the question was, does throwing up or down a hill affect the stability of the disc?
Yes, because gravity. That is the answer.
If we ever release a merge line, we're just going to get a shirt that says because gravity.
Yeah. Yeah. Why does RV3's mustache look like that? Because gravity.
Because gravity.
Why do most Aaron Judge hits land in front of the fence? Because gravity.
Well, let us know in the comments what you think, up or down stability.
Can we get a Bill Nye the Science Guy episode on this?
Maybe.
I mean, we need to get him on this show. It's what we really need. He's an amateur. Dude. He is the amateur disc golfer.
Hold on. Did anyone else hear the reverb on his burp?
Hear the Kevin Jones reverb?
It seriously sounded like it was like in a hall or something.
Speaking of, I was watching second round coverage, I believe it was, that yours truly filmed of the Shelley Sharp Memorial.
Yes, sir.
And at
Great job,
34 minutes and 50 seconds in on the second round of coverage, there is a random, weird burp sound. Or I don't know what it is. It's very odd. But it's, it might be third round because I think it's when Terry and Parker were there together. And Parker did the first two by himself, but it was hilarious. I was watching it. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I thought I heard something outside of my headphones.
Imagine Terry just puts together a
burp reel.
A video where he just adds like texture into the audio where it sounds like someone's closing a door behind you, or like it's like subtle like horror noises
all
behind
the
him
sounds,
right?
Well, it's funny because I told him, and he
should do an ASMR one where you get the ear, one, and you got
an
Terry
amaranth round.
He's like, oh, maybe he's stepping up to putt.
No, gross. Stop.
No, I need that right now. I fall asleep every night.
Dude, the idea of a binaural commentary round on a disc golf is insane to me. As the weird audio guy that I am, just like having one of those microphones on the camera that's following I would love that. That would be awesome.
Really cool.
It would be so cool.
Like a 360 cam with one of those binaural mics on it, so it feels like you are the camera.
Well, it's funny because
that'd be sick.
I've suggested to Terry, like, if you guys pay attention to holes like 6 through 12 on any Vista del Camino coverage, there's a weird audio buzzing or feedback that comes in during those holes. We don't know what causes it. We've tried every combination of XLRs and cams and mics and everything to see if it's just an equipment issue. We've never been able to fully weed it out. But I suggested to Terry, you just, without announcing it to anybody, you just trigger royalty-free jazz time. And instead of disc golf audio, you just have some smooth jazz playing in the background over the video while you do commentary to spare people that noise, because it's very annoying if you've ever heard it.
I haven't. I wonder what causes it.
Well, there's a power substation near there.
Okay. It's not where Bill Gates buried the COVID chips?
No. That's in New Mexico. That's where I'll be filming in May. So
that's my bad.
But it's
Did they
very
put those
weird.
next to the ET video games.
Yeah, the Ichi Atari cartridges. But yeah, it's a very odd little phenomenon. Terry's like, this literally doesn't happen to me on any other holes in the entire country, my whole year. I don't know why this happens.
It's got to be some like frequency coming from underground. Like, is there any military stuff in where you're at?
Not directly near us, but a couple miles away, there's a Air Force and Coast Guard training facility. But it's probably at least 4 miles, I would say, from where we are. So it shouldn't really be affecting us.
If it's right in like a localized spot on the course, it's got to be either underground or like above.
But it's really not a local. It's literally anywhere. It starts. So between hole 6 and 7, as Parker beautifully pointed out on commentary. Great job, Parker. There's about a 7-minute walk between holes 6 and 7 and 13 or 12 and 13. That you have to walk a really long ways. On hole 6, you could hear it this round, the most recent one that I filmed. And then you can hear it on 7, you can hear it on 8, you can hear it on 9, 10, 11, and then you play 12. I've never really noticed it on 12. If it's there, it might be very, very faint. But as soon as you get to 13, you're fine again. And it's weird. Like the whole back half of the course, I don't know why it does that. Like it's very bizarre. But I do want to let you guys know we're sorry. We try to get it out as much as we can, but it's just we haven't been able to find a solution after years of trying. The last 2 for me, and Terry's been trying for like 6 or 7 years.
Is it possibly the shit fountain?
The shit fountain?
Isn't the fountain at Fountain Hills like sewage treatment water?
About Vista del Camino.
That's my bad. I always assumed you're talking about Fountain Hills.
But yes, the fountain at Fountain Hills is reclaimed water. So it's not shit water, but it's not good water.
Gotcha.
And it's always fun to watch the tourists stand there in the mist. Like,
it's so pretty. And you're just like, that's like 90% goose poop.
This is R. Kelly Fountain right here. Sorry, you're too old to be here. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I don't really have a filter, especially when I'm tired. Yeah,
that's okay. I have our get out of jail free card shirt today. Anything we say is the responsibility of Lone Star Discs.
Who? Well, I need some water. I feel very violently dehydrated, I think.
Who do you think goes out of business first, Dynamic or Lone Star?
Lone Star. No, actually. I think Dynamic probably.
No, Dynamic has House of Discs backing them. Lone Star doesn't.
How long do you think House of Discs is going to be involved, though? 5 years? I think Lone Star has enough, like, daddy's money behind it that they're going to stick around in some form or another for a very long time.
I don't think Dynamic's that hurting. I don't think so.
I also agree that I don't think either of them are going to go out of business anytime soon. But between the two, I would guess Dynamic goes first. It might be 10 years from now. But
I think Lone Star's got maybe 3 years left.
Dude, maybe. I don't know what it's like in Arizona, but here in Oklahoma, like Lone Star still has a stranglehold on people. That Ranger team means so much to these simpletons.
It's just the man wearing the shirt.
Hey everybody, this is Randy from RanDiscGolf.com. The other day I was out on the disc golf course, bombing my drivers 300 feet, feeling good about myself. And I decided that since I had a long ride home, I needed to find a podcast that was smart, funny, and entertaining. Everything a good podcast should be. So I picked Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson. And it was wonderful. But after that, my podcast app, the algorithm, sent me to Hangin' Loose podcast, hosted by Shanked, and Spiiciiboii. And it was okay. But after 30 seconds, I figured that my time would be better spent listening to the new Chapel Roan album. So that's what I did. So if you need any discs, RanDiscGolf.com. And if your podcast app happens to go to the Hang and Loose podcast, there's always Chapel Roan.
Hi, this is Rudy from Disc Lab. Are you looking to launch your own podcast? We specialize in turning your podcast ideas into polished productions like you're listening to right now. Concept development to final edits, our team has the expertise to help you every step of the way. Contact us today to get started. socials@disclab.io. That's socials@disclab.io.
All right, I would say if somebody can guess what car RV3 drives,
Ooh.
we should give them a prize.
Year specific?
I would say within one model year.
Within one model year. If you can guess.
That's a tight window.
Well,
Do you want a prize or not?
What's the prize going to be?
unlimited entries. Unlimited entries. Comment as many times as you want, but it has to be on the YouTube video. What model year vehicle
Your make and model.
Your make and model RV3 drives.
I will tell you this hint. It is post OBD2 requirement. So if you want a hint, you can look that up, what year that happened, and then go from there.
There's at least one person in the comment that just went OBD2.
Huh? Yeah, right.
Huh?
Man, I feel discombobulated today. I'm so sorry, guys. It's not intentional.
That's okay.
Okay, ASMR.
I considered screaming into my mic.
Also, nobody laughed at my Amaranth joke, and that really upset me.
I don't know who that is.
No way. No
What?
shot. You don't know who that is.
Who? Like,
Amaranth. Google her.
you sound like you have a lisp, like a mouthful of cotton.
No, it's spelled exactly how he said it. Exactly.
Amaranth.
Yep.
Amaranth.com is the newest AI-based technological.
It's AMOURANTH.
There's a wireless company.
Twitch streamer.
Images.
Twitch. Oh, hello.
Now you're in trouble. Ashley, get him!
Interesting. Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
She does ASMR. She's got the ear mics and she does like.
Oh, that would be why. That shit makes me so uncomfortable, like in real life.
Oh, I hate it too.
The jokes
I
are fun, but
misophonia. But it's yeah. I made a joke and nobody laughed. I was like, come on. I figured at least RV3 would know who she is, and then I guess he heard me the second time. So
no, I'm married. I don't know who that is.
yeah, I wish we could hear you laughing like on your mom's house, so people know that we're funny and we're not just making jokes and then silence happens because we're not talking because you're laughing.
I'll just add a laugh track every time we go quiet.
So good. We could film like a Too Many Cooks style intro.
Can RV3? Can we just get like an audio file, like 6 or 7 different files of you laughing? Just like different laughs. That way, plug it into the show. My cat just attacked my foot.
Anytime one of my predictions from last week's episode comes right, I expect you to send me that sound file, RV3, just so you know. Better have it handy because I'm going to win a lot, like I always do.
We're going to win a lot. Yeah, we have a lot of the same picks, weirdly.
Should we make our own laugh track? Like us three? Do like three different laughs each and then layer them over each other? How cursed would that be?
We tried that with the intro, but nobody ever heard that because I couldn't get it to work right.
No shot. Go ahead and apply for that foundation producer role.
Yeah, right. Could you imagine me doing anything on their show? Unbelievable.
Like, Brody, stop talking on your.
Definitely
AirPods.
Don't clip this and send it in with the email that I sent them a couple days ago. Please do not send this to them.
I hope you sent them a link to our show being like, this is what I do. And they're going to sit there and laugh in their shop for like an hour. He wants to work here? He can't figure out goat talk.
Our last episode hit almost 1,000 views.
That's wild.
Why are you saying it like that? That's huge.
It is. I was actually blown away when I saw the number in between streams, like audio streams and YouTube. It was near 900. So thank you so much to.
Think about walking into a room and all 900 listeners are there.
I'd rather
that's
not.
fucking huge. That's a huge amount of people.
That is. And thank you to every one of you that listens and comments and does, I don't know,
anything
tolerates us.
Yes, we appreciate it.
I will go back to ignoring you because if I focus on it any longer, I'm going to have a panic attack. So
God, it'd be so funny to watch him pass out. I think about that all the time, RV3, like, but in the opposite sense. Like when I'm streaming and there's 2 viewers, I think about me sitting in a room in front of 2 people. Yeah, that guy is pretty crazy, right? Look at this. Is there a sign? Can you give me a sign like me playing Phasmophobia for 2 people? Oh, that was scary, right, guys? It's the worst thing.
It's so good. So where do you
at
think
least
that
I was
line
nice
is?
enough to stop by. I'll say that.
That's true. You and Esther. I have a few people that tune in when I stream. So I think that line.
We got to get your audio worked up.
You need to drop it in the. I've been so disconnected from my socials the last few weeks that like, if you're streaming, drop it in the chat. I'll pop in and say hi. I dropped what, like $1 in bits.
A whole
$1 in your chat the other day. That was fun.
Yeah, I don't know what the audio issue is. I know that my mic was turned to 70% volume in like my Windows settings, which I did not know. So I fixed that, but I don't know why else it would be quiet. Everything else is turned up. So
have you considered speaking louder?
I mean, it's not very comfortable to yell when you're streaming.
It's very true.
I'll check NVIDIA and see if there's something going on with my broadcast software there to see if maybe it's like muting me or turning me down. Or we could start a dono goal for me to get a new microphone or new tires.
Ooh, or new tires
on the stream. No, I really do need new tires because I have to put air in mine every 3 days.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Are they bald, or do you think you just hit it and drove over a nail?
They're bald, and I drove. There's like one of those riveted screws. In it, but it's like got a washer on it, so it holds tight. So it leaks very slow.
And with it being bald, there's no like ridges to like leave a gap. So,
yep, it's atrocious.
Just get some of that. What do they call it? Bead seal for tires, and just slather it on
Flex seal, slap it on like it's a water tank. Yeah. So disc golf is a great sport that we should talk about. I just get so off track. It's not intentional.
So nice here, and I'm about to become obnoxious like I used to be about disc golf. So, posting videos no one wants to see.
Who are you, Crunchy? Just kidding. Shouts out, Crunchy. Love you, buddy.
We're getting close to mud season over here, and it's like the worst time of year to play disc golf here. Because all the snow is melting and it's just mud everywhere, and you like take a step and your foot is like 3 inches into mud.
Yeah, gross.
You just gotta put on them undies and roll around. Yeah. Thank you, Lone Star Discs.
It's gonna be 88 degrees here tomorrow.
That's too hot.
Nearly 90 degrees in fucking February.
It was a whopping 70 something today. It was real nice, but like RB3 said, it's about a foot of snow melted over 2 days, so it's sloppy.
I don't like playing in mud. If you go back and watch the first round of the Shelley Sharp Memorial, recorded by yours truly, it rained. It's really funny how specific Parker got during commentary. He's like, it rained for about 12 minutes. He's right, but why say that? Just say 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. 12 is oddly specific.
It's really good.
But it rained just enough for it to be muddy the whole first round. And it was fucking annoying. I hated it. So,
do you think that's where he's heading, Parker? Do you think he's going to be a commentary guy?
I think it would be a great look for him.
He's very
I think
good.
He's got plenty of playing time left. but I think it wouldn't be a bad idea for him to maybe start talking to Jeff Spring now, just to be like, hey, like people love me on commentary, and Terry's gonna hate me for saying that because he hates when he loses talent to like other people. But
rising tide and all that stuff.
Luckily, all of the tournaments here that he films are outside of tour season, so I don't think he's going to lose Parker. But
yeah, and I don't think the tour has an opening right now for, well, that depends on if you think the tour's commentators are good or not. But they don't really have an opening or need for a new commentator currently.
They also, like, over the past 3 years have been cutting talent every year for the past 3 years.
The tour, yeah.
Who was the main commentators for last year's DGN? Was it
Terry was there pretty frequently. Philo was there pretty frequently. Nate Doss.
What's that guy? Doss, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Nate Doss.
He's still around.
I can't think of his name. Philo. Let's watch some disc golf. Which is the most annoying line.
I love that guy. I think he's the best.
Ian? Is it Ian, right?
Yeah, Ian
yes,
as well.
Ian, yeah.
But I agree with you. Philo he was one of my favorites when I first started getting into the sport.
That's my favorite combo.
I don't know if this is true or not, but we're small enough. I feel like we could probably.
The double Nate effect is terrible.
Without getting too into the weeds about it, no pun intended. I don't know if Philo partakes. I don't know if Philo partakes before he does commentary, but sometimes the shit he says makes me think he might. Like when somebody's disc hits a log and Philo goes, yeah, there's some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 50-50 grinds going on right there, dude. It's like, what? Like,
that's such a good impression.
How did it's like he doesn't want to open his mouth all the way when he talks. That's what it sounds like. I love Philo. He's one of my favorites. But he just has these analogies that he makes here and there that are kind of like, what? Are you okay? Like, blink twice if you need help. And he's like, my eyes haven't opened since we started this round, dude. And you're like, oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It's 6 o'clock already. Oh, I got some good news at work today. I thought my shift was going to shift. Wow. I didn't mean to say that. My shift was going to shift an hour because of daylight savings. And I thought I was going to be getting off at 4 p.m. instead of 3 p.m. And that's no longer the case.
Because of what?
Daylight savings.
Where are you saying your time would have changed?
No, my work shift would have changed.
Yeah, much like the podcast shift.
My time stays the same.
Much like the podcast shifted time.
I really don't want to do this, Caleb.
I'm just saying.
This is not work. I don't get paid for this.
Thanks for watching the Hang Loose podcast.
Thanks for listening to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast. We'll be back again next week. Until then, hang loose.